Don't break it. Stop! Funky.
He's right. That was a little funky.
The sound has been resumed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mindless Banter. How are you beautiful people doing? I am covering up Serial's face with Discord because I am a smart man. Well, it's okay. We didn't need to see him anyway. Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, we won't scare the women and children that way. So, how is everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. As you can see, we are short the PP. We're used to having short PP here, but we're short the dude up at the top, the asshole who does all the stuff. So I'm actually running the show today. So, prepare to really, really haphazardly thrown together a show. As we do here.
As we do.
As we definitely do. The Wonderfuls are there. Oh, so PP's not wonderful. I got it. Okay. I won't tell him. Shh. It's okay. All right. So I guess we're going to jump right into it with games we played. And the first one is our buddy Serial here has been playing this nonstop.
Oh, what is the first game?
First one is Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah. I went back and decided to replay these with the new one coming out, whenever. Like, I don't even know if we have a release date for that yet.
Andromeda hasn't actually had a release date now, but...
I have to gripe right here because, it's like 3 E3s in a row where they're like, oh yeah, we've got Mass Effect stuff, and then they just show some cinematic trailer that tells you absolutely nothing about the new one, other than all we know is that different universe, and your choices from the old ones don't matter, which a lot of people were peeved about, but to me, if it's a different, universe, you're not playing as Shepard anymore.
Well, it's not that they don't matter at all. I think they're going to affect a few things, but it's not like a direct influence.
From what I saw, it's not even going to have you import your saves. Like, it's a full...
Oh, I thought they said there was going to be a couple of things, like just what happened in that universe might have some effect, but maybe they changed that up. Maybe that was an idea.
You started playing it too, Mass Effect 1. And you said you thought that it didn't age very well, whereas I thought it was fine. I don't know if it was a graphical thing or whatnot, but...
We have all the DLC, maybe it changed some stuff up. I don't know.
The textures are kind of, a little bit dated and whatnot, but it looks alright. And then 2, I just got started with 2. I spent like an hour trying to get the audio to work properly, but it looks even better, so it's held up a little more.
Well, 2 was a lot sharper and crisper just in general.
Yeah. Well, that's that whole thing, right? Like, I think Mass Effect 1 was like one of those almost launch titles for the 360 and PS3, which I mentioned the PS3 version, but from everything I've seen, the PS3 version of Mass Effect 1 was kind of garbage. But 2, yeah, it showed that they learned how to use that tech a little bit more in the time between 1 and 2.
Right. By the way, Trucker,
so
fuck you. Oh, I see in the YouTube chat, Max is in charge, we're in trouble now. But, it's still a great story game. I didn't get that far into it because I've been sucked into other games, but I was having some fun with it.
Well, the first time I played through that game, like, I had this thing where, like, I had to explore and find every single, like, piece of loot there was to find. And this time I just kind of went, I'll grab what I see. And I still, when I finished the game, had like max money and max Omnigel, I think is what it's called, the resource that you use for unlocking more loot.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I don't know if 2 is going to be... Well, 2, that's my biggest gripe with Mass Effect 1, is that the inventory management in that game was just...
Yeah, it was handled pretty badly. I will fully admit
there's
that.
Like 7 billion types of upgrades, and I think they even, like, from the first time I played it, I think you could only maybe have like 50 things in your inventory or whatever, and now it's like 150, so you don't get full quite as often. But when you need to go sell that stuff and go through it and decide what you want to keep, it is such a pain.
It doesn't handle it that well.
In 2, they got rid of the whole like weapon upgrade system.
PP, I have to point out something. He's actually a lot less white than usual because we're using Google Hangouts, and he looks a lot less pale than usual. Yeah, so I think that's your phone that's doing it. Yeah, sexy, sure. Moving along, because I know you will rant about Mass Effect for fucking ever if I let you. Next game that fucking everybody and their mother has been playing about, and it's going to come up later, so I'm not going to go too much into this, but next game, of course, is flipping Overwatch. Which,
What's Overwatch? Do tell.
It's where you go over some stuff and then you watch it. And
Oh,
yeah,
isn't that what we've been doing on Rabbit for like the last couple weeks?
pretty much. I mean, yeah. The heck? Why are there Russians in this trailer? I don't remember Russians. Apparently, this is the original trailer that I never paid attention to for the cinematic
It's the
stuff.
new DLC. The Russians come and take over, and you have to save America.
Merca! Fuck yeah! Okay, moving on. Sorry. I need to get a button for that so I can just turn on and off that source. Next game is a game I was playing, and this actually goes into. We were all playing Diablo 3 a while ago, and it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Diablo 3, but I was really craving much more of a Diablo 2 experience. So I loaded up and started playing a game called Path of Exile, which is really like basically Diablo 2. It is a lot of fun. It's got all sorts of classes. You got like a witch class, a monk class, a duelist class, which is a sword wielding class, the Templar class, and stuff like that. I've been playing the witch, and I've been running around summoning zombies and just wrecking face with that. It's a lot of fun. You get gems for your magical spells and stuff, and as you use them more, you upgrade them. If you're looking for more of a Diablo 2 experience, I would definitely highly recommend it. Have you ever given this game a
Speaking
shot?
of, yeah, I think I will. The other one I'm looking at is Torchlight 1 and 2 are on sale for like dirt cheap right now.
Torchlights
Uh,
are good games. I don't have a trailer popped up for that, but Torchlights are good games. But the first one is really lacking. The second one's good. Second one's very good.
Path of Exile is free to play, isn't it?
Yes.
So how do they handle the monetization with that?
Monetization is all like the visual stuff. Like you can get like special like paths. Like you have little footprints and stuff, and you can make it look really cool. Like you're leaving flaming or like dark smoking footprints behind you, or you have like a demonic looking or your sword is really shiny with like the flames of hell or crap like that.
So it's
Like
only
it's
cosmetic.
yeah, it's all cosmetic
not
stuff.
buying power.
Or the only other thing is you're not buying power no matter what, but they do have more character slots you can buy as well. So, but it doesn't actually change gameplay up. So, a lot of fun.
Can you earn that stuff that you buy? Can you earn it in game if you grind?
I haven't gotten super far into it, so I'm not positive because I'm only like a level 15, I think, right now. But I think you can get them as like rare drops from things.
Got you.
Like at least the cosmetic stuff. I don't think you can get the currency to buy more characters, but I believe you can earn the or similar cosmetics by grinding a game.
Got you.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I love me some Diablo. In fact, like I keep nagging at you to find like or get a copy of Diablo 2 so we can actually go back and play
oh
that.
crap! I should have checked that when I was at the storage facility. But I just have to point this out because I don't know if there's going to be any other moment to really pull this out. And no, I'm not talking about my penis before you make any jokes, Serial.
You ruined my day.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I did manage to get this out of the storage facility, and I'm very happy. Hold on, I gotta take the headset off of this. There we go. Okay, we're gonna rock this for a little bit, midstream.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're good.
I'm still happy that's not like a full panda costume like I thought in your Snapchat. I was like, why the hell does he have a panda costume?
Hi guys, am I adorable? No, I'm not full furry. I'm just head furry.
Yeah.
I am the head furry makes it sound like I'm Lord of the Furries. Head furry, all bow down before my furry ruling. Okay. All right. Next game I was playing. Go what camera? Could you just? It's like not refocusing and it's bothering me. There we go. Okay. Next game I've been playing. Hello, Steph. How you doing? Is I've talked about this last week, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. Although I will say what I've been doing with it. I've been playing Brawlhalla, that Super Smash Brothers style fighting game, but I've been giving myself a little challenge. I've been playing competitive ranked modes, and I have only. You will have to send me a koala hat and gloves. Oh my god, yes! Okay, sorry. I've been playing competitive mode, and I've been refusing to pick up weapons, and I've still been kicking people's butts, which is great.
I can't decide with Brawlhalla if it's that I am really terrible at that game, which is probably true, or you're really good, or both.
You really got to get used to dodges and predicting enemies' attacks and stuff like that. Like, that game is kind of essential for it.
Yeah, no.
But it's a lot of fun. Like I said, if you enjoy Super Smash Bros. Style fighting games, I highly recommend it. Me and my panda hat recommend it. I'm just gonna fluff my ears at you guys. Um, it is a lot of fun. It's I've been having a blast with it. I highly recommend it. It's free to play. Load it up, give it a shot. It's not a game I would recommend to play on a keyboard though. Like I have tried it. You cannot get to near the same level of control, and it's a pain in the ass. So just a disclaimer. Okay, this next game on the list, I have to point out, is very different from our normal thing, because it's a handheld game that I've been playing since I got my PSP out of the storage. Don't shake your head disappointingly at me. Sometimes I got time to kill, and I got my Vita, and it's actually from the original PlayStation Portable, and
So it's Vita, so is it a JRPG?
no, it's not actually. Kind of, but not. It's JRPG related. It is Dissidia 12 Final Fantasy, which is Final Fantasy's fighting game, which is actually a lot of fun. It's got a crazy story mode, and it's like all the characters from different Final Fantasies have been sucked into this world and are fighting for gods and stuff like that. And the story is really just kind of stupid. It's like let's explain why we're throwing all these characters together, but the gameplay is actually really solid. It's got some interesting mechanics, and it compensates for the fact that it's on a mobile system pretty well, because it has some stuff to make it really easier, to, like jumping from platform to platform, and
Well, to be fair though, like the continuity with Final Fantasy has always just been, well, yeah, they kind of take place in the same universe, kind of, like never really go into that anyhow.
the only ones that had real continuity were Final Fantasy VII with the Final Fantasy Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus and Advent Children and Before Crisis and all the other fucking offshoots they tried to make more money off of that game, and Final Fantasy 13.
It's like they're afraid to just say these are all completely separate stories and unrelated. They've got to leave that caveat in there. Well, they're kind of the same universe. They won't just come out and say no, they're not.
No,
related
yeah,
whatsoever.
they really won't. It is what it is, but it's a fun game if you have. Not that I would ever recommend this, but there's a thing out there called PPSSPP, which is totally not an original PSP emulator, and you could totally not find that ISO online anywhere and play that game if you wanted to give it a shot. But moving right along. Okay. Any of you were there for 8 hours yesterday, or any point during my 8-hour stream, you'll know what my next game is, which was Fable Anniversary, which, oh my god, is so good. So good.
I really need to pick that up and play it.
Yeah, I got it for Darth because she had never played Fable whatsoever.
Do they have? Is there a ranged class that you can play in that, or is it all like sort
Well,
of?
the way the original Fable, there's not classes. There's 3 like trees you can go down, and not even really trees. You would get general XP, and then you get for whatever kind of attack you use, you get specified XP in that attack class. So you either do melee, you do your will, which is the mana magic ability, or the range, which is the agility. Which also agility has your your thieving abilities and your barter for some reason as well too. You get that in there.
Right, because you barter from a distance, really. How bartering works. You just scream, I'll give you 6 apples for 3 bullets.
Fable is so good, Kate. I will 100% agree. Fable is amazing. I've been having a lot of fun. Honestly, if I can, I don't know. I have family coming over after the show, but if I can sneak away downstairs, I'm probably going to try to do another stream of this game tonight to keep going on, because I wanted to play more before the stream, but I'm like, I don't want to play it off stream so people miss stuff. But I want to play the game so much. And Anniversary, the graphics are beautiful. It's everything is really well done in Anniversary. And as I've mentioned before, I bought this game like 5 or 6 different times. I bought like the original Fable. I bought Lost Chapters both on the Xbox and on the PC, and now I've gotten Fable Anniversary, so it's been 4 times. But yeah, it's a good game, man. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it a lot. I have 0 complaints to make about it. So, oh yeah, crap! I didn't have it. You added this last minute serial. I'm very mad at you.
Yep. Well, I played it last night, so yeah.
I didn't realize you had added something. Otherwise, I would have loaded up its trailer already. But
I finally got around to playing some The Division last night, and because I've got a copy of it with my keyboard, and a buddy of mine wanted to play, so we got 4 of us together last night and played it, and it's fun. I can see people's like legitimate gripe where it would get like grindy, playing it a bunch. I don't think it's one of those games that I would play day in and day out, but it's one I think I keep, going back to and playing a little bit here and there. Just kind of, you get a mission, you go out, you shoot some shit and get some loot and turn your mission in and get another one and shoot some more shit and get some loot. Yeah, I think like people are right in the like the loot drops could be better. Like you get a lot of really crappy loot drops. I mean, I'm really low level right now, but even that, like 90% of the stuff I get is it's already crap compared to what I had already gotten. Like there's a lot of crap drops in that game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I hear the loot drop system should be a little bit reworked. As
Well,
they say.
the problem is they did rework it and they made it way worse. Like from what I've seen when the game was in beta and when it initially came out, like the drop rates were higher and whatnot, and they for some stupid reason went, this game could be a lot more grindy. Let's fix that.
That sounds like something they would do. I have to point out, Medical Kibbles referenced Air Geese, which is a game I haven't seen in years. That was this really weird, crappy fighting game back in the 90s, late 90s, and it featured, you could play as like Cloud and Tifa in it, and it had like all sorts of weird characters in it, and it was just like they just kind of randomly threw them in there, and they're like, "Yep, you're part of the universe now." And that's not the fighting game I was talking about. If you think that's what I meant, Pibbles, this is a much more recent game on the PSP. I mean, not that Air Geese doesn't have some nostalgia appeal, but okay, I'm taking his hat off. My head is getting too hot. Plus, I gotta show off my sexy new haircut. Hello, ladies. But
You need the throwback.
I have the afro still, remember? As you so helpfully pointed out when I posted that picture in Slack. But yeah. So that's anything else you played this week that you didn't get to add in?
I don't think so. Like Mass Effect was kind of my thing this week, so last couple weeks actually.
Well, not even a couple weeks. It was mostly this week.
Yeah, yeah. Pro tip: if you buy Mass Effect 1 and 2 on Steam, you can put the CD key into Origin, and at least with 1 on Steam, you don't get the DLC. But if you put the key into Origin, you get all the DLC. So.
Plus, you still get to keep the game on Steam.
Yeah.
Which is great because I was playing Mass Effect 1 at the same time he was playing Mass Effect 1 on his account. I was playing on his account while he was playing the same game on Origin. I just had to reword that because that got really confusing sounding.
Yeah.
Also, you'll notice, guys, by the way, I'm looking off to the side a lot more. I actually have my 2 monitors back. You might not know that, and since I'm running everything, I have to keep bouncing back and forth.
You have your 2 monitors and your like world's crappiest laptop.
No. It's got a name. It's called the Frankentop, which is literally. So let me explain. When I have to explain to the viewers who haven't heard me bitch about this laptop. This laptop has been through hell and back. It has literally been cracked in half. This is what I first started streaming on. I had a desk fan, or not a desk fan, a box fan, much like the one here I'm using right now. Full size. Well, I just unplugged this shit. It's gonna be really hot here in a second. Much like this box fan, literally on its back. Like slightly angled up so it's still got airflow. The laptop cracked in half so it could cool because it was generating too much heat. And a video camera in a sling. Now since then, this crap top has been through much worse. Like the screen is barely holding on. One of the hinges isn't properly connected. It just kind of rests on the hinge a little bit. And when I say rest on the hinge, I mean the actual LCD part, not like the case around the screen. The case is cracked, so the LCD just kind of rests on one of the hinges. And I've had to resolder points on the motherboard because they got fused because of the heat. The hard drive failed, and I had to replace it with a hard drive that I got, my old hard drive, my 80 gig hard drive from my PlayStation 3, because I upgraded that to like a 500 gig hard drive back in the day. It has just been through hell and back. The Wi-Fi cords have literally been ripped out. They're sitting in my garbage down there, and it's got a USB stick in it. It's the Frankentop. It has been dead and brought back to life so many times.
You turn it on and it just goes, "Kill me, kill me,
Kill me. Pretty much, honestly. Oh no, it did that the other day. I was just trying to watch Netflix and it had a thermal overheat. It's like, dude, no, you can't keep trying to do this to us. Honestly, you need to retire me at some
I
point.
can't take any more, Captain.
I'm giving her all I got! Alright. Moving on to the news. We didn't actually sit down and organize this, so our news is going to be all over the place. I apologize, guys. But, getting this fucker to actually pay attention is a lot of work. So,
Bitch, please.
don't even with that. So, exciting. Ironically enough, this actually does kind of tie into us talking about Diablo-style games. Blizzard is hiring a new game director for an unannounced Diablo project, which is exciting. They have a job, wanted ad out there. To lead the Diablo series into the future. And they haven't, they won't officially announce that they're coming out with a new game, but everybody thinks that, everybody's pretty sure that's what's happening.
I mean, it could be Diablo 4, or it could be some big expansion for Diablo 3. Because it's been 4 years since Diablo 3 came out. I think something along those. It says somewhere in the article here.
It's been 4 years since Diablo 3 and 2 years since the expansion was out, Reaper of Souls. Says it right here.
Yeah, I could use a new Diablo.
I don't know. See, like I said, I enjoyed Diablo 3, don't get me wrong, but it's not like Diablo 2 where I'm like, I just need to keep playing this, which Path of Exile gave me more of that feeling, and, I'm not saying it's totally going to replace Diablo 3 for me, but I want more of that Diablo 2 experience in my life versus just a new Diablo, because I feel like Blizzard's just going to keep trying to update it, make it more modern, and it's not really going to... Probably going to catch new audiences better, but it's not going to suck us old Diablo players into it. Which sounds vaguely pornographic now that I say it like that. But, yeah. Everything I say sounds vaguely pornographic, so, fair enough.
You watch. It'll be a hero shooter. It's just going to be like...
Quake Champions!
Yeah.
Well... You actually segued us perfectly into our next story, by the way, Stereo.
I totally meant to do that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Overwatch has actually paid tribute to a Overwatch fan recently killed into a tragic accident. A huge Overwatch fan, Wu Hongyu, student at Guangdong University, who saw someone stealing a classmate's motorcycle and tried to chase him down, got into an accident, and died from his injuries. And he's been greatly anticipating Overwatch and died before it actually got fully released and everything. Yep, the day before it was released, May 23rd, the day before it was released in his area. And so, yeah, they apparently added a... they added this poster, if you see up here in the picture, which has got, in Chinese, one of Mercy's phrases, "Heroes never die," up here. And that's a reference to him. And I think that's just a cool little thing. I like it when games, pay tribute to their fans like that, or big people who make a difference in their lives. I can English so good today, I swear.
On the lighter side.
The whiter side? Of course you would bring the whiter side.
It's the whiter side. When I'm playing as Mercy and she shouts out that catchphrase and dies right in the middle of it, it makes me laugh every fucking time. When she's like, "Heroes never, oh!"
Yeah, it's Heroes never, oh! It is pretty great. Any of the heroes, when you get McCree in the middle of it, it's hi no! It's hi no? Actually, could you repeat that? Translation, please. It is fun. Overwatch is a lot of fun, and now I just want to move our Overwatch article up, but I'm not going to.
I just want her to actually go, "Heroes never die," and then, "Oh, never mind."
Except that time. Alright, so this next one is honestly, I've had to keep myself away from this, because if I didn't, I was not going to be able to pay attention whatsoever on the show. Because, yeah. Today, about 3 hours ago, the Summer Games Done Quick has started.
Yay!
And I want you in my life. I want Summer Games Done Quick. Actually, I figured we would go over the schedule a little bit. I was just going to scroll through and talk about some of the bigger ones going on.
I was just watching some Super Mario Sunshine. That was
Super Mario Sunshine! I got Link Between Worlds, which, wasn't the best Zelda, but it was actually pretty good, I will say. It was definitely more SNES.
Please tell me there's some Shadow of the Colossus on there. Let's see. I love watching speedruns of that.
Speedruns of that are awesome. They got a Bastion speedrun? Okay, interesting. We got Catherine. Ooh, we got Metroid Prime. I'll try to check that out tonight at 8:48. New Super Mario Brothers 2. Oh, wait. Catherine's doing a Babel run where it's 2 players and 1 player on 2 controllers. That's interesting. I might have to check that out.
I always like those weird ones they'll do like that, or like the
Or
blindfolded ones.
I like the one where it's 2 players, 1 controller, the other way around. Whereas each person has the one side of the controller and they try to work together.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No. This is 1 player holding 2 separate controllers in this.
Oh,
Okay, pop-ups. If you could just go away. Yes, thank you for the tweet outs, guys. I appreciate it all, but I'm trying to look at my goddamn thing. Oh, wait, Serial. We can't miss Crystal's ponytail. That's the essential one.
Yeah.
Or the Ed, Edd and Eddy video game. Or the Barbie game girl. Come
Or
on.
did they just like go like, let's just do some speedruns of some horrible games? Like,
Yeah, it's 4th of July, so they're celebrating in style. Let's play some really crappy games. Land Before Time game, the Flintstones game, Speedy Gonzalez game, the Goonies 2 video game.
What is it, like just the crap block? Is that?
They didn't even call it the crap block. It's like a crap block just kind of thrown in there. Mega Man 8, which was the crappy one. Ooh. Tomorrow, 4:43 p.m., Spyro Year the Dragon, and then Ratchet and Clank, and then Legends of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Game Boy.
Did you just say 4:43 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay, like they're
going
like
super
schedule.
specific. Yeah. We don't even know. BioShock, Dishonored, they got some good stuff on there. An Amnesia speedrun? Interesting. I don't know if I've seen a horror game speedrun like that before.
I thought there was one last year and I thought it was Amnesia. I could be wrong, but there was a horror game one last year.
I might have missed it. There was a couple of days I was working, I believe, and I couldn't see it. Not seeing a Shadow of the Colossus yet. A lot of 60. They have an N64 run on Wednesday. Oh God, they're doing Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Yeah, they are going for the crappy games, aren't they?
That's Wednesday though. That's not even in the same block. System Shock. Yeah. Well, I don't see any Shadow of the Colossus. But if you like games done quick, which if you know anything about me, I love games done quick. I actually, if I had my netbook down here, I'd pull it out. I got a big games done quick sticker on it and everything. They're a lot of fun to watch. They're a lot of just don't ever pay attention to the Twitch chat because it is the AIDSiest of all the AIDS. Yeah. It is the AIDSiest of AIDS.
I think you get like more than 4,000 or 5,000 people in a Twitch chat, and it just automatically just goes straight to hell. Like,
how much AIDS can we? Wait! They are doing Pepsi Man, which is like the greatest video game of all time.
I remember that.
They're doing Pepsi Man on Friday. I am watching the crap out of Pepsi Man.
You bring that Pepsi Man up, but did you ever play the 7-Up game, Spot? I think it was called.
Yes, on the Genesis.
That was actually a really good game.
That was a good crossover, or whatever.
And there
you
was
call it.
one for the NES, Noid, or it was a Domino's themed game that was
yeah
actually
for the
really
Noid
good too. Yeah.
Can't stop the Noid. Oh, hey, speaking of Diablo, which apparently today is going to be the Diablo show, 8:24 a.m. on Sunday, Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction speedrun.
That might be interesting.
Could be good. We'll see. Okay, they have an Aladdin speedrun, and my important question is, which Aladdin is it?
Yeah, is it like the crappy Genesis one?
Hey! Genesis one was not bad. It's just different.
Or was it the NES one that was?
No, a lot of people consider the Genesis one worse. It's actually a good game. It just doesn't have the graphical, like the really nice tied together graphics of frickin' because Capcom was doing it, and that was when Capcom was in their heyday. And like pretty much everything they made was fucking gold at that point.
Oh, did we put it? Yeah, I think I put an article in there, so I'll wait to talk about that. Never mind.
That was a good story, Serial.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, yeah.
Preview of things to come, people.
We call that foreshadowing. All right. Next is a game that I know Serial and I will be excited about. I don't know if he's actually looked through this at all, but since I updated the Mindless Banter. But there is a game coming out called Agents of Mayhem, which is the new sequel to Saints Row series. It's like Saints Row in the future.
Isn't that what Saints Row 3 was?
No. This is like... Well, yeah, kind of, actually, but yeah. It's the future world of supervillains and interplanetary meta-human agencies. Okay. It's basically take 4 and, make it more. Do 4 more.
I
But,
don't know how much more over the top you can get than 4 was, right? Like,
mhm.
I love Saints Row for like the humor and stuff of it, but man, that series kind of just like they're every time they come out with a new one, they're just like, let's see how much crazier we can make this.
Yeah, so you're part of Mayhem, the multinational agency for hunting evil mastermind, who are fighting Legion, the League of Evil Gentlemen intent on obliterating nations. It's gone like full scale ridiculous. This game has. It's just I don't even know. I mean, I will play it definitely, but I can't say I'm like super excited about it.
There's
It's
another thing too with the Steam sale going on. If you haven't played the Saints Row games, like they're dirt cheap right now. I think you can get Saints Row 3 with all the DLC for like $8, and you can get it without for like 3 or something
I
like
think there's
that.
a full pack too, because I believe Morgan
Yeah,
got
there's
the
the
full
pack. I
pack.
have the pack, like where you get like Saints Row 2 and 3 and 4 and all the
Yeah.
DLC for all of them for dirt cheap too. I think it's maybe 10 or $15, something like that. Um, I don't think 1 ever came out on PC. It's not in that like package, which is all right because 1 actually wasn't that good. Like the controls in 1 are
Yeah, 1 was weak.
abysmal.
2 was, I think, honestly the strongest point in the series. 2 was like it was kind of still like Grand Theft Auto, but it was like Grand Theft Auto as a supervillain. Because there's
Yeah,
literally like
1.
where there's literally missions where you run around in your underwear and thrust your junk into people's faces, or drive around a sewage truck and fire poop at people. But it's like totally ridiculous things that I could see happening if Grand Theft Auto got a little crazier.
Yeah, 1 was just trying too hard to be Grand Theft Auto, and
Yeah.
so it just ended up being GTA with horrible controls.
Okay, I have to read a paragraph out. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just found this paragraph in the article, and this is a basic synopsis of the story of Agents of Mayhem. It's a fight against a supervillain and his bride, who is a K-pop idol that also happens to be an AI hologram in hologram form. The mission begins with the idol on the side of Mayhem, but she betrays you midpoint, having fallen for one of the Legion's crews, and then the mission ends with you crashing the wedding, which is taking place on a giant scar barge above Seoul. What the hell? I don't even know. Saints Row has just gone beyond like crazy. Saints
So
Row
is
is
this like a spiritual successor to Saints Row, or is it
No.
the same universe, or?
it's Saints Row in the future. It's basically because you're
Okay.
literally still rocking the Saints outfit and everything.
Okay.
It's like taking Saints Row and pushing it further, or like Saints Row 4 and pushing it further. But I think this is taking place in the real world instead of in the computer world.
Got ya.
So that's the thing happening. If you guys are looking forward to that, good for you, I guess. All right, moving right along. We've got Cyril will be excited for this because he's been playing these games nonstop, and this is an article you put in there.
Yeah.
4 Mass Effect novels will lead into the story of Andromeda. So I don't know
That
too much about
title's
this.
kind of a bit like misleading because it's 2 books that'll take place before the events of the new Mass Effect, and then 2 that'll take place after. From what I know, like there's books that go with the older games, and they're supposed to be pretty good. Actually, they're on my list of things to read after I get done with the series I'm on right now.
I think you mean listen to.
Yes, yes. Listen to. I don't read books. I listen to books.
I squint generally at books directions.
I'm pretty excited about like the old books and these ones, because like that world is got quite a bit of lore for it anyways. Just so to be able to get even more, all the better. I'll let you know after I've read them how good they are. The first one has an author, and I think it's being written right now. The other 3 don't even have authors named yet. So, or no, the fourth one, the guy that wrote the story for the games is going to be writing the fourth one, I guess, as the article said.
Fair enough. The way you said that, I thought you were talking about the old ones for a second. You're like, the first one has an author and the others don't. I'm like, how did they get written? I have questions. But tune in next week for Book Club with Serial. Actually, tune in the week after that because next week's series will be gone. It's gonna be another two-person show, I think, with me and
Actually, it'll
PP.
probably be a while because like the series that I'm reading right now still has another like 7 books in it.
It's
So
not Bukaki.
no, I do need to go back and re-listen to that again though.
Oh, I don't even know what those. Okay. Um, we're actually blowing through these stories a lot faster than I expected us to. So
Yeah,
it's been. I apologize, guys. It's been kind of a dead week.
we need to go on some tangents. I think.
What do you want to go on a tangent about?
I have no idea.
Guys, tell us what you want to hear us go on a tangent about. We need some filler between these stories. I'll give you guys until we finish the next story to come up with some tangent. Give me some controversial topics. I'll bitch for a while. You got this. Why is my phone going off? All right. Next story is about BioShock. BioShock the Collection has appeared on 2K's official site. So,
Yeah, they actually did come out and like announce it like legitly too, like they because there was a bunch of like leaks for it, of course, beforehand.
mhm.
1 and 2, the collection will have 1, 2, and 3 in it. For the consoles, all three will be remastered. 1 and 2 will be remastered for the PC. 3 is going to be exactly the same because it already looked as good as they're going to make it
It
look on
looks
the
fucking
consoles.
beautiful on the PC, man.
Um, if you own them on Steam already, you will get the updated versions for free.
Woo! So I get your updated versions for free. I mean,
I actually I have not. I've started one, and I enjoy it, but for some reason, like I've started one like 3 times now, and I'll get into it. Something will pull me away from it, and for some reason, I don't go back to it. So I need to just slog through one because I know 3 looks amazing, but I have my thing of if there's a
no, I understand
sequence of
that, but with
games,
three,
have
you
to play
really
them.
don't need to.
I've been told this, but I still, even though the story isn't really related at all, like I have to play games in order. Like it's a
Oh,
OCD
I
thing.
understand the same thing. I really want to play The Witcher 1 and I really want to play The Witcher 2 and 3, but until I get through The Witcher 1, which is, keyboard clusterfuck of the highest order, I refuse to play 2 and 3. But Witcher 1 is fun, don't get me wrong. It's very designed with computers in mind, and like every button does something, and it's like really overly complicated. They simplified it in 2 and 3. But
Yeah, was
okay.
one even on the consoles or was it just
No,
PC?
one was not on you couldn't put that control scheme on a console. Are you kidding me? But okay. Small gripe about BioShock because I have played 1 and 2 and 3. BioShock 1, fantastic game, if not a little bit heavy with the philosophies of Ayn Rand, but still a great game. Still, interesting game. All sorts of stories you pick up. It's one of the games that does audio logs the best. It really started that whole audio log thing with like audio logs as you go through the game and like slower points and stuff like that. Hey, Hussein, how you doing, buddy? It's a fantastic game. BioShock 2 is a weird game, and it doesn't make fucking sense. Okay, it really
A
doesn't.
lot of people that are huge fans of the BioShock series did not like 2.
2 is a weird game. Um they like the gameplay is a little bit odd, and the premise of the game is you're a prototype Big Daddy who's apparently stronger and better and more powerful than all the regular Big Daddies for some strange reason, because that makes sense that the prototype would be better than the actual finished product. And you have your own little girl and you're like protecting her, and it's just kind of weird, and it really just kind of seems like crap. We kind of told everything we were planning to tell in Rapture, but we want more money.
We need to
So
reuse these assets again so that we can, make up for the money we spent on the first
pretty
one.
much, like it's not a horrible game. It's just in the BioShock universe, as polished and like well-rounded as BioShock 1 and Infinite are. It's definitely the odd man out. It's just a weird game. It's the only game I believe with multiplayer. No, I think didn't 3 have a multiplayer too in there? No, maybe. Crap, I don't remember. But 2 had that weird Big Daddy like deathmatch multiplayer, and it was really bad. And
That
it's
was in
just
that era though where like every game that came out had to have some sort of multiplayer tacked onto it, right? And even if it was just an afterthought, just stupid shit, they still put it in there to say we have multiplayer.
Oh, we're saying we know PP's not here today. We're actually going to be meeting as a group and talking about that. But thank you, buddy. We're gonna be discussing that tomorrow because we need all three of us here to really go over that. But yeah, it's just a weird odd man out, and I don't know if it was weaker because they it was in that era where tacked on multiplayer had to be a thing. Every game needed some sort of multiplayer, or if it was just because hey, we want more money, let's just reuse some stuff. But it just felt like everything was kind of rushed and things didn't really make sense, and it's just not nearly as well rounded as the other two games. So
And then 3 is like completely different from even 1, right? Like it's
I want.
the art style is way different. It's a lot more bright.
Well, it's not the art style. The setting is entirely different. It takes place on an island in the sky, versus in an underground, utopian or dystopian
Right.
society. And it's a great game. It's a controversial game. And it's a mind. It screws with your brain. I'm not gonna go into any spoilers, but there's parts where you're just like, holy crap, I was not expecting that. But I will say it was a controversial game, and I want to talk about this for anybody who plays 3. Um, it's a game with an excessive amount of religious undertones, like more than any of the other games in the series. Like literally, you are not allowed to enter the city until you get a forced baptism. Like it's that heavy-handed with the religious overtones, and I can't even call them undertones; they're overtones at that point. And it caused a lot of controversy. Steam was actually having to refund to people because there was people who there's religions that won't let you even do that fakely because that violates their religion or whatever. And there's no way to get past that, so they couldn't keep in with the conscripts or the constraints of their religion and play the game. So Steam had to start issuing out all sorts of refunds and returns and stuff like that. And it is a
And
good
that's like
game.
a lot before because that was before Steam had it's
Yeah, that was before they had
policy and all that.
their 14-day or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
But it's a good game. It is, fair warning ahead of time. If any of you do decide to play BioShock Infinite, super heavy-handed on religious overtones. So just yeah, nobody gave us any wow. Nobody gave us any controversial subjects to talk about. So I guess we'll just go on to the next
Just make up
article.
our own.
No worries, take your time. Yep, he is with his family. Yep. All right. So this one bothers me as a person who wants to get my Steam level super high and get all the awesome
I know.
achievements.
I put this in there because it made me completely jelly too.
Um, Steam user by the name of Palm Desert, who has had the top Steam level for a long time on Steam, has officially broken level 1000 on Steam. He is now level 1049. I don't even know. He's got 5,029 games, so he has the Gamer God achievement already. And 3,372 DLCs. I want to know what kind of job this man has. That not only does he own all these games, he's gotten this much leveling in the games and stuff like that.
I'm almost wondering if he doesn't just trade in cards a lot. Because, that's crafting those badges and all that is like the surefire way to level up on Steam. Like, after 250 games, you start only getting 1 XP per game or something like that. Really low amount for buying games. It's all about the cards after that.
But it's also isn't it the achievements too?
Do achievements get you? I don't think achievements get you points.
Did they change that? It used to give you levels. I don't know if it still does.
I don't know.
They
They don't have any
changed
kind of
up a
point
lot.
value on them and stuff. I wish they did because that's kind of. And I know it's just doesn't really have any purpose, right? But back when I played Xbox, I liked having that gamer score thing there, right? You got the points for the achievements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish Steam had something like that.
I just want to point out that the gamer score achievements, what I call it, is measuring your e-penis.
Yeah.
I had a very large e-penis back on the Xbox 360. I had 30,000 points or whatever. But
Yeah, I was way more of an achievement whore on the Xbox than I am on Steam, just because I don't get points for that. So
well, I
it just
think
doesn't-
Steam doesn't do it because it's actually really easy to. Oops, my chatty's overlaying your camera. It's really easy to spoof those.
Yeah, but it's also pretty easy detect that in like
Not because it all gets done through the game and stuff like that. Whereas it's
right,
all
but
a
I mean, if somebody
unified.
has like every achievement in the game and they've got 15 minutes into that game, right, it's fairly obvious that they.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that. I could play through the game, get all the achievements that I'm going to get normally, and then be like, okay, done with this game. Let's just add all the rest of the achievements to my account. You know?
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I mean, I think there's still ways around
I'm sure there's
that kind
ways
of thing.
around it, and there's ways that they could combat that, but current Steam infrastructure doesn't really lend itself to that. And I don't really see Gaben, switching over Steam
No, I
to
mean,
deal with that because that's not really their thing. They're gonna
no,
leave
you look
that.
at CS:GO where it's just like they have the VAC stuff and they don't really uh, combat cheating on that as well as they should. So I guess like we couldn't expect them to combat cheating with achievement stuff either.
Yeah. I just want to point out, just to increase our jealousy slightly, um, he's got those. He's got a 9,000 catalog if you include DLCs and game. But the amount of items he has on Steam, I don't know if that's cards and in-game items combined or what exactly it is, but he's got 58,666 items in his inventory right now.
And this is what made me think that he probably does cards a lot. Like, I mean, even if it was in-game items for something like CS:GO or whatever, like that's a lot of items. Like it's got to be mostly cards, I would think.
I have a very important question that I just wild guess, guys. How long do you think if he had that many games and hadn't played any of them? How long do you think Idolmaster would need to run before he got all his card drops?
Oh God.
How long? I'm guessing at least a month or and a half, 2 months, least.
Well, this article said something like, "Oh, he has 5,000 games, which is a pretty good substantial chunk of like the 8,000 games on Steam or something like that." And there's more than 8,000 games on Steam. There's more than
9,000.
8,000 games on sale right now.
9,000.
Okay, but hmm, I would think there's still more than that. Like, unless like every game on Steam is on sale right now, because
Well,
like the
no,
sales
no,
is like
because
8,300
no,
something.
because that's their games catalog. What they're talking, because Steam lists all their DLCs as part of that too,
Oh yeah,
so
okay.
it increases that dramatically.
But he said he had 5,000 games.
5,029,
Yeah. So
and then another
yeah,
3,000 plus DLC.
right. I'm saying that the article was saying like that Steam had how many games? 10,000.
9,000.
Yeah, nine. It just seems like they have more than that, just because like I said, 8,000 some odd are on sale right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see the an actual like chart and some statistics on Steam and games coming out and stuff like that. That would be interesting to see. I might look into that for next week. Just see like how many games come out, what do they actually consider, how many have cards, things like that. That would be an interesting infographic. I can words goods.
Yeah, you'd
But
have to. I think probably there's like some third-party sites out there that kind of like try to approximate that, because Steam is not very good for putting out like statistics on sales and
no.
stuff like that.
If you're talking about third party things, you ever want to feel me and Serial will feel horrible about ourselves when we do this. You go to something called Steam Calculator, and calculates your games, how many hours you have, how many games that you own that you've actually bothered to play at once at all, and approximately how much your games library is worth. And that's a scary thing to do because I believe this was like 200 games ago. My games library was worth like $20,000. Because I'm at like 701 games or something like that right now. 729, I believe, is the last time I checked. And I just got a couple more games. So, you ever want to feel? Actually, I might do that in breaks just to see how much my library is worth. Let's stick one more story in there, and then we'll actually take our break. Let's see. What's the next story? Oh, actually, you know what? This next one is a big one. This next one is a controversial one, I think. So I think we should wait. I think we should go on break between now and then.
Okay, yeah, because there's.
Yeah, it's a big one. So we're going to go on break, guys. Get up, stretch your legs, do what you got to do, and we will meet you back here in a few minutes. Love all your faces, and talk to you soon. And I got to switch over things because I'm not used to this new setup.
Someone just typed something. All of the sound has been muted. the sound.
And we are back. Hello, guys. Welcome, welcome. How are your lovely faces? Got a coffee,
Hello.
did our stretching, went and took a Wii, a Nintendo Wii, in fact. And
Get shit on my face again. There you go.
I always shit on your face. Oh, you mean sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, so this next story is a bit of a doozy. I actually have not just your article up, Serial. I have about 3 different things up for this. Because this next story, a lot of information to go through. So basically what happened is Orion, a shitty dinosaur shooter game, was forced off of Steam by Activision for a Digital Millennium Copyrights Act claim. So basically what Activision is saying is that assets were ripped directly from their game and put into Orion for their gun designs and things like that. And they have made a lot of complaints about it. Oh, actually, they already have this thing in here. There was a bunch of complaints.
The developer for that game puts a screenshot up. I think they started like on Facebook. But he was,
Whoa,
like,
okay, hold on. You're
trying to,
roboty as
like-
hell. That was... Okay, go again. Yeah, you're dropping
so he
packets
would-
like a mofo. There we go.
He was basically posted on Facebook, and he's like, "Oh, if any of you would like to, go post this on Reddit," because apparently he didn't want to post it himself. He was trying to stir up his audience. So somebody goes and posts it on Reddit, and he posts these pictures of the gun models that they're supposedly using as compared to the gun model from Modern Warfare, whatever, Advanced Warfare,
Black Ops
whatever
3.
Activision. Like, okay. And picture he posts, of course, it looks way different because the picture he posts has the drum missing from the gun, and it was really, really nefarious the way he went about it, like trying to show, no, see, this isn't our gun model. So, of course, stupidly, like, I don't know what he thought would happen, but he's asking people to post this to Reddit. Well, people on Reddit tend to, like to look into these kind of things, and, you're showing it to 7 billion eyes at that point. And so they started comparing the actual models that were used in game to the Activision ones, and they were pretty much straight rips, right? They were taking guns from the game and just mashing different parts from them together.
Yeah, this is the one of the pictures actually that a Reddit user posted about it, and they took was it 4 different guns from Call of Duty and smashed them together to make this gun in Orion, and you can literally see like the assets are directly ripped, and they added some decals to it.
Well, and the thing is this is not the first time with this developer, and I will say this game, and I'll add a little caveat to that after this, but where they've done this, they were stealing dinosaur models from, I don't even remember what the game was called now, another dinosaur game.
Another like 50-cent dinosaur game.
They had put in a helmet, Boba Fett's helmet, in the game, which I'm sure Disney wasn't happy about. This game has been renamed 3 times now. It first came out, it had gotten like a terrible Metacritic score, so they just renamed it and re-released it, and tried to go onto Metacritic and put it on as a new game. That didn't work out very well for them. Metacritic went, when they found out what they had done, they went, no, we're just going to aggregate these 2 back together as one game. And now the current game, because you and I played this, Max, and you bought it too, right?
Yeah, because it was like 50 cents.
Yeah, it was like 50 cents or $1, and we played it. You could tell it was an indie game, but it wasn't.
Well, no, we played Prelude. We didn't play this one.
I thought this is the one we played. Or this is one.
No,
one
you're thinking of the Orion Project. That was a different game.
Is it same
No.
developer? Because okay.
It's another shitty dinosaur shooter game
Well,
with basically the same name.
I think that was one, Max, where they've renamed it. I think it was still the same damn game.
Is it really?
Either that or it's just one hell of a coincidence that they're both named Orion and are dinosaur survival shooting games.
It might have been another renaming. I don't know. Might have been like the 3rd renaming.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's been 3 times now, and from what I've seen, if it's not the same game, anyways, like it's been greatly improved from when it first came out in the first two iterations that it was renamed. But yeah, it's that whole thing is just a clusterfuck. So, and he came out and put a statement on Reddit here recently that, oh yeah, I got in touch with Activision, and from what they told me, it's even worse than I thought it was, and uh, we had our one of our art guys that did this, and I fired him, and
Oh, hold on. I got the direct tweet right here. Let me read what it says. Because he posted this on Twitter. Last night, I received evidence directly from Activision regarding assets not even mentioned in public yet. Upon receiving this, it became immediately apparent that blatant rips were made, he wrote. While the artist offered to remake any assets at no cost, he has now been fired immediately upon hearing this. This will slightly affect production, and I will get into that later. That is the tweets he made and to the public.
the thing is I think that made it even worse for him was he tried to like rile up the internet to get them on his side because it's like, oh my god, huge ass Activision came in and did a takedown on our game on during the Steam sale and we're losing all this money. He started a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or something along those lines to try to raise money for the money he was missing out on because it got pulled out during the Steam sale. Which I mean, probably out like $75, right? Because that game's like $1 anyway. So what Steam sale was it 20 cents? I mean,
Probably down to 50 again or whatever.
Yeah, that's where I think he went wrong. Is trying to he went wrong by ripping the assets to begin with.
Well, yeah,
And
having the
rile up
assets,
the
then
internet.
trying to get the internet on his side, hoping that Activision would back off. Like, Activision's going to care. They're, multi-billion-dollar company who just has all the money to throw at the lawyers for this.
And thinking that he could get somebody to post it on Reddit, and that some people on Reddit wouldn't go through, and because this is what Reddit does, right? Like somebody posts something, and there's inevitably like 700 people in the background, like investigating every single.
Oh, yeah.
Post.
Reddit does not let shit like that fly. They're like, because literally, you'll see an article and you'll refresh Reddit and it'll be like, misleading title or, title is a lie or what have you, like right afterwards. They'll edit it and be like, nope, this is BS.
But that was like, he posts this thing to Facebook, and like the first comment was like, if somebody could get this posted to Reddit, that would be great. Like, that's not a very good choice. If you're lying, don't have somebody post it on Reddit. Like, probably be fine on Facebook, right? Nobody's gonna investigate shit on Facebook because, let's face it, like Facebook.
Who cares
is
about
just-
Facebook?
Yeah, but you go put that on Reddit, and yeah, you're gonna get found out.
Oh yeah, they're gonna come at you with full force. Absolutely, they're not gonna stand for that shit. I can word so good.
And this it gets me like, and don't get me wrong, like totally like love the indie scene and a lot of indie games, but this whole like, oh me, poor pitiful me, I'm just this small indie developer, and using that as an excuse for all this bullshit. It's just like, no, that doesn't fly. Like if you want to charge for a game, then there's certain things that we can expect out of you. And not ripping your assets out of other games is one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we would allow that from a big developer actually probably could get away with it more because they had the legal team to go against it and be like, nope, his hair is a slightly different color of green. Going animal game there.
That kind of like reminds me of like that whole situation that happened where Fox had taken a YouTube video and used it in an episode of Family Guy, and then after the episode,
Oh, that
dropped,
was the
person
that was
owned the video for the basketball game.
yeah, that was the NES game that they were playing, or the soccer game or whatever it was.
Yeah, they did a takedown on the video they stole. Because they didn't have permission to use it either. They just used it, and they did a takedown request on the original video.
Yeah, because they got the money to throw at it, and YouTube's a little bit more worried about them than the small guy who uploaded that video originally.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a ridiculous story. They try to get away with stuff, and it's the internet, and then they try to post it at one of the biggest, fact-finding places around.
They tried to make like Steam like the bad guy here, and the problem is like they don't have any choice in the matter, right? With the way that these takedown requests work, it's like if you get requested, you have to take it down even before you investigate it or anything. You have to take it down and then investigate it. Same way it works with YouTube or anything else. Like
I'm gonna start making some takedown requests. You know what?
Yep.
Call of Duty. You guys stole everything from me. I thought about that one time, so just to take Call of Duty down.
We're just gonna become like patent trolls.
Pretty much. Um, Actually, this next story I didn't even notice. We did this one actually. This is a. Oh no, they're just using the same picture. I tell a lie. Okay, never mind. Next story we're going into is G2A offering devs royalties from key sales. And this is actually a continuation of the story PP and I talked about last week. PP and I and Kate talked about. And if I can pop the browser up, there we go. This is continuation on Tiny Build, who believes that G2A went and bought $450,000 worth of keys from them, and, fraudulent credit cards, and then sold them for pure profit on their site. So now,
I'm really torn about G2A, right? Like, I know that probably 90% of the stuff on there is not legitimately purchased and whatnot.
but at the same time,
Right?
cheap.
So cheap.
Right? Right? You're not breaking the law. They're breaking the law, so it's okay.
I still wouldn't like the only games I've ever bought on G2A are like cheaper games. I wouldn't buy a game that costs more than $20 on G2A. Like
I got Grand Theft Auto 6 on there. 5, sorry.
a 6? Wow, dude. Can I get a copy of that? Or...
Yeah, I'm living in like Britain's future, but like times 100,000. I'm in super future time zone, guys. Call it the TARDIS. My mother says number one rule about Reddit: don't talk about Reddit. She's not wrong. But yeah, I mean, this is. So yeah, basically the sites are going to offer developers 10% of all sales made through the sites, and this is kind of them attempting to cover their tracks with this whole court case. Ultimatums were issued, people were forcing. Tiny Bills, they demanded that Tiny Bill had to provide it with a full list of the fraudulent keys and sign
Well,
up
the
for
thing
this.
that like too that was kind of skeezy that they did like when Tiny Build approached them and they're like, you're selling stolen copies of our games. They're like, oh well, if you'd like to fix that, we could be your primary reseller for your game. That was the option they gave them, right? Like,
It's a good option.
yeah, yes, we're stealing from you, but if you would like us to not steal from you anymore,
Hmm.
then you can use us as your seller. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna go deal with the bank that way. I'm gonna go rob a bank and be like, if you'd like your money back, you could just start depositing the money into my account. It'll work legitimately, guys. We got this.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing could go possibly go wrong. I can English goods today. All right, moving on. This one, there's some comparisons that I know we're both going to make as soon as we get into this next article. The next article is about Twitch introducing Cheers, a new way to show support for streamers. And big streamers and me, the like, have immediately made the reference to. Basically, this is like Chatterbait coins or My Free Cams coins or tokens or whatever.
Every time I hear it, though, all I can think of is, I want to go where everybody knows my name.
Sure, Poker. What's your question, buddy? But yeah, it's like a purchase thing you get, and then you can like give them to streamers, and there's like special badges for it and stuff like that. It's only on a certain amount of big streamers who are in like the beta or whatever channel
Right.
at the moment. But
The thing that I don't like about it is, and I get it, like Twitch needs to make money, but I think they're already making a good amount off subscribers and stuff. Twitch is-
subscribers, not even to mention all the money they're probably making at the conventions and the advertisements, and
Yeah.
I mean,
I put it this way: if I'm on a stream and the person has these cheers, or they have a PayPal,
hmm
tip thing, whatever, I'm gonna do that instead because I know that all that money minus what PayPal takes is going to them
right.
versus
Yeah, if you
like
want to support a
with
streamer.
subscribers, it's 50% that goes to Twitch.
Well,
So,
the idea of the cheers, which is kind of stupid, is you buy these cheers. They're like a currency, like I said, Chatterbait or My Free Camps kind of token, like a currency you buy already, so you have it sitting in your
Right.
account. And the idea of it is, as you donate larger cheers, like larger amounts, like I think it's it's like 100,000, 100, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and 100,000 bit tiers. And the larger cheers you donate, it puts a larger and more dramatic cheer emoticon icon in the chat when it happens. So it's like bigger and more spectacular in chat. But if you
Right.
let's be fair here. I'm gonna be honest, and I haven't actually looked at any of the large streamers who are doing this. But if you're in a chat, one of these chats who are like, large chats with thousands of people in it, unless that icon stays on screen for like 5 minutes at least or something like that, that's just gonna go meow right through the chat. It's gonna zoom right by.
And I'm gonna do a little. I don't have another story on this, but a little segue into another Twitch thing. But these cheers or this kind of donating is like super common on a lot of other streaming sites. Like there's big like South Korean. Uh, I can't even remember what it's called now, but you give like balloons, and their big thing on there, which Twitch just added, social eating. There's a new category on Twitch where you can just watch people eat food.
We do have an article on this.
Do we have one on there? Okay.
Well, we have an
What
article
did
on
I
what
put?
the woman who did something right away.
Oh yeah.
Let's save that.
I put that on.
Let's save that.
Yeah. How is that a thing though? Like watching people eat. I maybe I'm just not hipping with it anymore.
Yeah, they also have. I'm trying to find the article. But they also have some like crazy rules and stuff that they implemented that too. Let's see if I could find it. Like I think the first rule they added was you're not allowed to eat your pet's food on the stream on your social eating stream. But this has actually become a thing. And they didn't say this, but I believe this is my theory that this has become more popular because I want to say it's South Korea that
It's South Korea that's huge in.
yeah, they have that. They call it like dinner eating porn or whatever, where it's just usually an attractive, lovely Asian girl or South Korean girl, I should say, who's just sitting there with like an entire desk full of food and just like hum,
I don't
hum.
remember. It's called like bong something or other.
Bong? What?
Bong is that's South Korean term for that. Like it translates over into like food porn or something like that, but it's like bong something.
Okay, so the rules are there's a question and answer thing that they have on their site on Twitch has, and let's see. Am I required to interact with my viewers during social eating? Yes, you must be interacting with your audience for the duration of your social eating broadcast. Could include reviewing the food being eaten or talking about games. Discussions unrelated to food are also acceptable. You are required by Twitch rules to show yourself and what you're eating. You can't just eat the food. You have to have like the food visible in the camera. If you somebody asks if you're primarily broadcasting a game and you need to have a quick snack, do you need to switch your category to social eating? What you can't do, you're not allowed to eat. Here's my favorites. Here's the do nots of social eating. You're not allowed to primarily eat junk food such as candy, condiments, or energy food. You're not allowed to just get drunk, such as taking shots, drinking games, binge drinking, or drinking parties. You're not allowed to eat items or food not meant for human consumption, such as pet food, toxic substance, bodily fluids, refuse, or inedible objects. Uh,
Well, we will have somebody later on that broke that rule.
well, technically no. Human bodily fluids, this specifier. Uh,
Oh.
You're not allowed to eat foods in a manner that might inflict harm upon yourself or lead to vomiting. You're not allowed to eat it in a manner intended to disgust, shock, or offend others. You're not allowed to do food challenges or contests such as chugging, snorting, or binge/speed eating. So no cinnamon challenge or anything like that. No food challenges or contests involving the exchange of money. Feeding others. You're not allowed to feed other people. You're not allowed to broadcast from a moving vehicle. And you're not allowed to broadcast videos or contents from other sites while eating. So they went really specific in this oddly specific, category, social eating. And it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. It's weird. I don't get the thing. Wait, what is this? Thanks for taking my question.
I want to know, like, you said that, like, it's a South Korean thing with, like, the pretty Asian girls. So, like, do people actually, like, get off to other people eating? Is that a thing? I'm sure it is.
Oh yeah, there's food fetishes. I have no idea. Cyril. Okay, we have a viewer question. How much longer do you think Betty White realistically has left? I've placed a bet for $300 at 5-to-1 odds that she croaks before December 2017.
Oh.
How old is Betty White now? Honest
Oh,
question.
she's pretty old.
I know she's pretty old, but like, do we have a specific age? 'Cause I'm gonna say she's in her 90s.
Let me ask Google.
Speaking of food, I'm gonna go get some. How about bacon? Bacon is amazing. I would eat massive amounts
He's
of bacon.
94 years old.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, she's pretty freaking spry and active. I don't know if I would say 2017.
That scene with her in Lake Placid where she swears, dude, gets me every single time.
I'd say she's still got a few good years. I think you might lose that bet personally. That's just me. Unless she's got a heart attack. Yes, I know Betty White is real old, mother. Thank you. That's a very specific answer to my question. But I think you might lose that bet. That's just me. I think she's still pretty spry. She's got it going on. Unless she's got like a sudden stroke or heart attack or something and keels over. I think she's got a few good years in her. All right. Should we move on to the next article?
Yeah.
This I don't know how I feel about this. Next article is about Deadmau5 and Absolute Vodka joining forces to make a virtual reality game.
Two of my favorite things coming together. I am ecstatic.
I know you are, but I don't know how I feel about this.
I love me some Deadmau5, and I love me some vodka. I hope they come out with like a special edition of the game that comes with a bottle of vodka. I'll buy it even though I don't have a VR headset.
Well, no, it's apparently I think it's for the it's the mobile app, like the headset, like the VR cardboard. Yeah. Apparently they're releasing their. It says here they're releasing their own special cardboard headset with the producer's iconic mouse helmet on the front and his cat on the side. You can pre-order the headset here for $17.95.
I've been thinking about getting one of the cardboard things because like I have the.
I don't have a phone that can handle that.
I don't know if mine will fit in it though, like because I don't. I think this like S6 Edge Plus is too big.
The app launches on July 27th, so if any of you have like a Google Google, what is it called? Google's got one, don't they?
I think that's what it's talking
The
about.
Gear? The Gear.
Gear VR is Samsung.
Samsung. Sorry, I was thinking Samsung. Yeah. If you get the Samsung Gear or something like that. Part 2, would you pork her for $2,000? Yo, I would pork Betty White for less than that.
If she swore the whole time, oh my, I would like come over and over and over again.
That's how he originally turned so white over there. He was just thinking about Betty White swearing, and just imagine if he was with her.
I'm all the white Betty needs.
Apparently, you have to ensure that you're. This is my favorite. Absolute cautions, however, to please ensure you are of legal drinking age in your country before purchasing this VR headset. Presumably because of alcohol advertising. I have to be 21 to buy this piece of cardboard stuck together.
I think they're missing an opportunity there. Like, you should be able to buy a bottle of Absolute vodka in a box and then like just punch out the cardboard thing.
Oh yeah, like a build it yourself, like almost like a model.
Yeah.
I would rock that. That would be cool. That would actually be a really cool little crossover. I would love that with like Deadmau5 logo on the outside and everything.
I would buy many bottles of vodka in that case.
Yo, like the top is his helmet. The top of his helmet, like that's the actual screw top. That would be sweet.
Oh, and they could have another one where you actually like could fold it into one of those helmets. Like, if I could, I want.
Yo,
one
that would have to be a giant box though. I got a big head, so let's be fair here. It'd have to be a giant box.
I really want one of those heads, but man, they're.
I've looked at some like custom made ones at Etsy that like actually react to the sounds and stuff like that, and they're like a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
They're sweet headphones. I want the not Deadmau5, but I want. There is a really sweet video online. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But there's a Daft Punk meets Star Wars video where they made Darth Vader and Boba Fett's helmets, but like with the Daft Punk actual reaction and everything like that. And it's like, I want those. Those are sweet. They're like gold and silver, and they're amazing looking. But that's that stuff going off on a huge tangent again. Because we went from Betty White fucking to Star Wars helmets. Okay,
as you do.
Yeah, as we do, not as normal people do. Let's specify that right now. So, the next article. The next article is a big one because it's going to give a lot of people gamer blue balls because I'm pretty sure it's not actually what it is, but it's going to give a lot of people gamer blue balls. Left 4 Dead 3 might have been teased by a Valve employee. And if you know anything about Valve, it's probably complete bullshit. Because Valve
Yeah.
doesn't know how to count to 3. But,
This is the thing. If Left 4 Dead 3 actually happened, it might give the world hope for Half-Life, right? Like, because they got over that hurdle, they could make a game with the number 3 in it, and maybe Half-Life would come shortly afterwards.
yes, I
Although
have
I
a
could
big
use
one head, mother. Shut up.
I could use another Left 4 Dead. Like, I really
I
enjoy
would play it,
Left 4
but
Dead.
basically what happened is one of the concept artists named Tristan Reeford, he posted a tutorial on his Destinations Workshop tool, which is a modding tool for Left 4 Dead. And he was posting a tutorial, and one of the folders, he had a folder on his side in his Windows Explorer, just titled Left 4 Dead 3. And like right after everybody started noticing it and commenting on it, he took it down and like redid the tutorial without that picture, without that folder in it. But people managed to screenshot it and cap it. Where is it? I actually don't see a screenshot here though.
There's one in the
Oh, yep, there it is. There it is. It's just tiny, but I can't zoom in. But there's, if you see right there, it says Left 4 Dead 3. And yeah, I don't think it's actually gonna happen.
No, it's just like Half-Life, right? Like a rumor comes out every like 10 days.
Well, see, it's not even just that. It's not even just the rumor. It's the fact that he is a concept artist. So they could be working on all the potential concepts for it. I just don't know if it's actually ever going to come out. I'm sure Valve is probably looking for ideas to even consider it. But he's a concept artist. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come out. It doesn't even mean it's in any sort of agreed statement. It might
Well,
even
and
just
it's like the fact that he just has a folder period, right? Like we know, like for certain, basically, that Half-Life 3 has been worked on off and on for
Yeah.
the last umpteen million years, right? So the fact that somebody has a folder that says Half-Life 3 or Left 4 Dead 3 doesn't.
It could
really.
even be his own, artwork or whatever. He's a concept artist. A lot of them tend to do things like that and post them on DeviantArt or what have you.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It's probably the biggest crock of shit, but I could go for another Left 4 Dead. I really could. They were a lot of fun. They are some good games, especially when you get all 4 people playing together.
You know, it's funny. I probably have a couple hundred hours into that game, and I still have never played as the infected. We always just play as the survivors.
Fair enough. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't know if it's gonna come out or not, but I will be impressed if Valve finally learns to count to 3. I have a feeling they're just, if they do come out with like Half-Life 3, and
It'll be like Half-Life 2.5.
no, it's going to be, if they do, they're not going to release them all until all at once because they're going to keep up. Because I know Gabe loves the joke about Valve can't count to 3. He actually likes to take that and tease people and run with it. So I have a feeling if they release it, they would release them all like right, or they would announce them all right in quick succession after each other. Like, even if they weren't getting released at the same time, they'd be like, yep, Half-Life 3 comes out now, Portal 3 comes out next year, and, Left 4 Dead 3 comes out the year after that, or whatever order.
I could really use some Portal 3. I would take Portal 3 over Half-Life 3.
Portal, oh, yeah. I don't know where else that series can go in single player, though. I mean,
I don't know, just give me more puzzles. Like I said, like Half-Life 2, they missed out on an opportunity because they could have just released new map packs every year, and I would
have you played some of the mod packs, though? I mean, they're pretty sweet. The Stories of Mel and things like that, or the paint ones?
Yeah, I have like the aperture tag and then the Mel one. I haven't done the Mel one yet. The aperture tag was pretty good.
Stays on stream for about 1 minute unless you have a custom timeline. Don't get your hopes up, killer. This is Valve. Yeah, we're not getting our hopes up. It is Valve, so we're not getting our hopes up. We're just talking about them posting it. I don't think it's actually going to come out, Trucker, but, we can hope. We can hope against hope. It is what it is. All right. Now, we already talked about this. I don't know why I had this.
Well, we needed. Is there a separate article for the grossing that goes with that?
Didn't we? I thought you posted one. That's not.
Thought I did too.
No, you linked it to that. You linked it to the main article. What the heck? Okay, sorry. Some video just started playing. I apologize for that.
Oh, we'll just talk about that one in here. Like back on the Twitch.
Nope.
social media.
Nope. Article was bullshit. So the original article was bullshit. Listen. original article we posted called Twitch launches new social eating category and somebody promptly ate cat vomit, which a lot of sites have talked about, but they all got it originally from GameSpot. And updated and correction, Twitch user GirstyTV did not eat cat vomit during his live stream, as we reported. GameSpot regrets the error, and the post has been updated.
How do you make a mistake on that? Like,
I have so many questions.
I wonder, like, if he was pretending to eat cat vomit?
I have no idea. Maybe it was human vomit, and that's the correction.
Or it was just something that was on, like, some satirical site like The Onion, and then they just, like, ran with okay. Never mind.
But I like moving on to the article. I just like this one person. One user, Pokemon ate so many chicken nuggets that she needed a nap. As of 8:39 a.m., she's still napping. She literally ate herself basically into a coma state and then passed out on stream. That makes me happy. Cereal. I think we need to have a social eating dual stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just until we pass out. And...
Yeah. Well, that would be social drinking, but knowing us. But they don't allow that. Anyway, well, I guess we're skipping over that article because we basically already covered it.
This next one is one I was alluding to earlier when we were talking about Sega stuff.
Sega!
Road Rash to get a spiritual successor. Gets a really say what's it called?
It's called Road Redemption. Actually, I have seen this game. I don't know if you guys follow, like, Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or things like that, but this game got sent out in alpha to a lot of people, and it actually looks like a lot of fun. Like, it's over the top ridiculousness.
See, and that was like my worry because like I loved Road Rash back in the day. I played the crap out of it on Genesis, but it was a really simplistic game, right? So I didn't know how that would translate to modern day.
Like, you can literally kick a Ooh, sorry, coughing went down the road pipe. You can literally, like, kick cars off the side of the road. Here, I'll mute the video and I can play it so you can get a little example of what it's like. But, like, there's certain, like, modes where cars will literally rain out of the sky and you have to dodge them while trying to kill everybody else and win the race at the same time. There's, like, crazy, like, rooftop races where you're literally doing, like, jumps between rooftops and stuff like that. Like, it's got a lot of interesting stuff in it. And it looks like a lot of fun. I've been waiting for this game for a while, honestly. I think it's on my wish list already. It's just over the top ridiculous fun. So if you like the Road Rash or the old school the Road Rash arcade setup where you had the bike and everything like that, this is gonna cater to that need very well.
You're saying over the top with like a vehicle game just makes me want Burnout. I want new Burnout with.
Have you seen?
I want a Burnout that's just like the events where you like blow shit up, like where you inflict as much damage as you can. That, like, Burnout Revenge, great game.
Sorry, I apologize for that. Oh, and you guys just saw my email. Whoops! I'm not used to showing a browser on there. Somebody started Google Hangout calling me in the middle of the stream. But, yeah. Looks like a lot of fun. I would love Burnout. Did you see their new game, though? It looks so bad.
No, that sucks, too. I didn't even know there was a new one coming out.
It's not Burnout. It was a, did you just call Serial Papa? Pierce? I mean, I know he's an old man. He's got the white hair, but...
Love it when you call me Big Papa.
Put your hands in the air if you the true player. Yo, I love it when you call me Big Papa. I see some ladies in the club tonight that should be having my baby. Baby. There we go. That was a little rapey, but anyway. But, yes, so...
I've been an Army paratrooper for 12 years.
Why do videos keep starting randomly? Their new game is like... I noticed you here before, Piers. I just don't usually say hi to everybody as they come in because we're doing a news show.
Is the new one like the one that takes place in like a kitchen or something? I've seen a review for that one that's supposed to be like those crash events, but it's all like physics.
Yeah, it's like a golf game inside, and you have to like break stuff sitting in a house.
Yeah. But was that the same studio? I thought that
Yes,
was just supposed to be
same studio.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's their new game.
Oh, yeah. Like Creation Games or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I would love Burnout 3 or
Revenge.
Revenge. Yeah, those. Oh my god, I'm so tempted to get my original Xbox out of storage now and hook it up to that big old CRT I got back there and just start playing that now.
See, I have Paradise, and I haven't really played it.
Paradise is it's not bad. It's just you're gonna have trouble with it. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you haven't played Burnout Paradise, you're gonna have trouble with it. It's not like Burnout was. It tried to do the open world thing, where you can go through like the entire map, and it's got these really small indicators, basically that tell you like right before the turn when you're supposed to turn, and you have to like be really quick and see it, and it's gonna be a little difficult for you. Welcome back, Kate, honey.
I just want the events where I destroy as much stuff.
You mean the crash events? Oh, those were so good.
Like I said, if I could just get a Burnout game that was just those, like the racing though, unlike Revenge, dude, the racing and the drifting and stuff must be fun too.
Oh yeah, I loved Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge. The racing was great. The crash events were great. Like the whole game was fantastic. It had such a great like 90s emo. Well, you know, not really 90s, really early 2000s like emo punk rock kind of
They have it on
soundtrack
PC?
and stuff like that. I don't believe they have the older ones on PC. I believe they only have Paradise on PC. Unfortunately, they do. I know what I'm spending my donation money that I got last night on. But they were great games. I would like to see more. Well, I like the crashy shooty. Twisted Metal was a great game back in the day. Twisted Metal was good. Definitely a very different style of game, but it was a good game. That's more like Mario Kart Arena style than Burnout Paradise or Road Rage game.
Yeah, Twisted Metal was one of those ones that was really fun if you could get like a group of friends and do couch co-op with it.
What am I thinking? Oh, there was also Carmageddon on the PC. You want to talk? That was like
Oh man, yeah, I remember that.
back in the '90s, and like those crazy trailers and commercials. Why is my nose so itchy? Oh my god! But that was a lot of fun back in the day. I'm waiting for Serial to find out whether the older games are on computer before I go on.
See it. Yeah, no.
You disappoint me. You disappoint me, sir.
No.
All right. So going into a game that we had on our games list every week for the past several weeks, Overwatch. Overwatch had their competitive mode come out. Currently on the PC, and next week it is going to be hitting both the PS4 and the Xbox. Competitive mode is interesting. Competitive mode is throwing a lot of changes into the gear. Have you gotten a chance to try it yet, Cyril?
I have not. I played some Overwatch yesterday, but we were just playing normal.
You were playing with Mama, right?
Yeah.
That's why Mama doesn't want to touch that, because it is everybody try a lot harder. It's you know how you have like you're either on attack or defend for that game. In competitive, you have to do both. It's like rounds, and if you tie up, like if you both win the end of the round, your time remaining in that last round rolls over, and you basically keep going. It's interesting. It's fun. It's just kind of really at odds with the rest of the gameplay. Like it really is. It's a completely different feel. It doesn't really seem to fit in.
I think I really liked like the casualness of that game, and that just like gets rid of it, right? Like,
Right.
If I want to do a try hard game, it's not gonna be that one. Like,
See, I'm
not
going
really
to
built for
keep
that.
doing it just because I want my shiny golden guns. That's why I'm going to play it. Once I get golden guns on some of the characters that I really want them on, I'm just going to stop. I don't care that much. But I want shiny golden guns. They're shiny. I can have a shiny bow, a golden bow. That's awesome.
Give it a few months, and Blizzard will figure out that they can make money just selling them. I'll do it then.
Shh, don't give them those ideas. I know they already have them, but don't give them more ideas. Means I'm going to kiss a fool. Papa, I'm not going to kiss you. Stop trying to hint at that. But yeah, it's not bad. It's just very at odds with the rest of the gameplay. It's they're doing a really short season versus all their other games, and it's just it even says competitive play is definitely one of those features that will take a few iterations to get right. And by getting the system out there sooner, we're going to be making improvements based on your feedback. So even they know right away that it's just not quite where it needs to be an esports, to be a good esports in their esports league and everything like that. But It's definitely interesting. I recommend going and give it a shot, giving it your own play. If you like Overwatch for what it is, it's going to be a very different feeling. That's just fair warning ahead of time. It's a very different feeling game. All right. So moving on to the next article, it's involving something that I told Serial to do, and I know he didn't do it because he's a lazy bastard. Max, what's your view on the Batman Telltale game? It could be interesting. Telltale hasn't really disappointed me. They've had some weaker titles, but there's never been anything that I'm just like, that bad. They've just been like, it's not the best. But honestly, that was a lot of their earlier generation stuff. Like their newer Monkey Island, what do they call it? The Cursed Monkey Island, or the Cursed Tales of Monkey Island, or whatever it was. They weren't the best. They didn't quite know how to deal with the episodicness, and because it was already an existing point-and-click adventure game like that, it definitely felt very far removed from the feeling of the regular Monkey Island games. They weren't horrible. They just weren't the same thing. But I think they could do Batman well. Batman has a lot of interesting story arcs. I don't know exactly. I haven't looked too much into it. But they have a lot of interesting story arcs to work with, and
I just wonder what kind of art style they're gonna go with for it. Like,
they have pictures. It's a very cartoony. It's a very cartoony style. They go in, yeah. So it's like straight out of the comic, not like out of the games or the movie. So they're basically trying to recreate the comic feeling of that story. But I will definitely pick it up. I basically any Telltale game I will get. I've got pretty much all of them now. I think. Yeah, I can't think of one I don't have.
I need to go back and finish like Tales from the Borderlands. I played like the first episode or two.
I need to finish that. I need to play Game of Thrones, which I haven't played at all.
I'm waiting on that one because I haven't watched the show at all. So like, I don't want to play the game before I at least know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really directly
Although
connected.
I did that with The Walking Dead. Like, I played the games before I started watching the series, and the games actually made me want to watch the series.
Yeah, but the series is ass past like season 2.
Hey, it gets a little weird, but
listen,
I still like it.
when you got to the cannibals, I was just like, nope, I'm out. This shit is boring and dumb, and what the hell is going on right now? It got a little weird very quickly. But anyway, moving right along. So, we talked about this, PP Kate and I talked about this last week, and why are you capping, trucker? System Shock, the remaster, has gotten a playable demo. Now, I told Serial to play this so we could all have something to talk about and compare when we did the show, but Serial is a lazy bastard, so of course he did not. It's not even a demo. It's a pre-alpha demo. It's the one level they've basically done. And I actually like the fact that they did this because if you're going to do a Kickstarter, at least show somebody what you're capable of and give them an idea of what your potential is as a company and stuff like that for this remake. The remake is very well done. It is a little jarring, I will say. The slower play style of the older games put into this modern world. It is a little weird. Like your attacks are still slow and lumbering, and the inventory system is a little bit tedious. It's not like super tedious, but it's trying to stay as faithful to the older ones as possible. It's a little weird, and there's definitely, because it's pre-alpha and this is all rendered on Unity. I hope the final game isn't, because Unity is kind of a shit engine in my opinion. It has potential as a really simple one that everybody can use, but it's...
I've seen some games done really well in Unity, but for the most part, most of them just aren't.
They're just not optimized very well, and Killer can't see them, trucker, so I don't know why you're trying to mess with him. He can't see your messages. But, just... It's not a bad game. It definitely got some potential. The demo was kind of fun. I got some crazy super laser gun, and you recharge your batteries by basically sticking your hand in an electrical outlet and things like that. So it's really funny. A lot of people, not just this site, because I see it on this site, but a lot of sites were saying that they're doing this to prove that they're not going the Mighty Number 9 route. They weren't actually planning on releasing it, but everybody's ever since Mighty Number 9's horrible Kickstarter fiasco, that they need to actually prove their games don't suck.
About anime fans not getting laid if they want to go the Mighty Number 9 route.
Yeah, even John Romero put his dreams on hold while he worked on something tangible for the players. It's interesting. Just... Max, what do you guys think of Microsoft saying it loves? Oh, hold on.
What?
My mother posted something and it got timed out by BanterBot. No, you just gotta ask before, Mom. See, my mother likes to bring up Linux to me because she never lets me live this story down. Basically, when I had the PS3, one of the reasons I bought the PS3, or I actually my mom bought it for me for my birthday. But one of the reasons I wanted a PS3 versus the 360 originally, 'cause I had my PS3 first, was not only because of the games and stuff like that, but because of its ability to get other
Dual boot another OS.
to dual boot another operating system. And my mom was sitting in the living room with me when I read the news article. This, obviously before Anonymous's big hack and all that stuff about them like unsupporting that. And I'm literally reading it, and all of a sudden I had the gayest no come out of me ever. I was just sitting there and I was reading the article and I'm just like, and she's looking at me, she's like, what? And I was just like, no! And she never lets me live that down. Every time something come up, she's like, oh, did they take Linux off of PlayStation again? No!
Is the article that she posted about them, like the lawsuit and stuff?
It's about Microsoft's open source love affair reaches new heights. Microsoft saying that they love Linux.
Oh yeah, well you can actually get like a Ubuntu small like distro install like built into Windows now. Like you can get a SSH prompt and do all that fun stuff. I tried it when it was in beta and it was kind of janky. I don't know if it's any better now, but like you couldn't really actually install anything like because it doesn't grab your like network configuration from your machine, but it also like my network card didn't show up as a device anywhere. Like yeah, I don't know. It was cool, but I quickly went, well, I'll wait till this is a little further along. But on the news with PlayStation, with that whole like, oh, you can install another operating system, and then they took it away. There was a class action lawsuit that just got settled like last week, where if you can show that you had bought the PS3 and that you did install Linux on it, or that you intended, if you did install Linux on it, you can get like $50 back. And if you intended on installing it, you can prove that somehow.
Shit, I just don't have proof. I did install Linux. I didn't take like fucking screenshots though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. That's kind of like, how do you even like that? How long ago was that? Right? That was like what, 10 years ago?
10 years ago. Jesus, what? No.
PS, but that was PS2, wasn't it? Or was it PS? Yeah, it was PS2.
A PS3.
Oh yeah, it's our PS3. But it was the PS3 like fat models, right? Because that's the only one it counts for. Because those were the ones that you could do it with.
Yeah, I have the fat model still.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago. That was more than 10 years ago. Because that last.
Was
Like
it really?
2006?
Jesus, now I feel old.
Yeah. Yeah, but how do you have like proof of you installing Linux on a PS3?
You know, there's that one guy who's like, I knew taking a picture of me, that Linux disk, and my PlayStation installing it was a good idea. Everybody laughed at me when I posted that shit to Facebook.
There's gonna be like 6 people that collect that $50, and they've got like millions set aside. So the lawyers will get the rest.
I think we just need to Photoshop a whole bunch of pictures, guys.
But the other one that's funny is like, if you didn't install it, but you can prove that prove that you intended to install it.
How do you
get,
prove
like,
that you
15
intended
bucks.
to?
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, the whole thing is just funny.
It's ridiculous. On the current subject, sort of, what do you think about Xbox and PC players going multiple? We've actually talked about this on the show before. We talked about this when the article happened, but I think it's very good that they're doing these crossovers on game wise. We love the fact that they're doing their universal apps now, where you're gonna get the Xbox and the PC games released at the same time. And Microsoft is now starting to support Steam games, even if it's not gonna be the big ones, but it's probably gonna be the smaller, more indie games. But at least they're really branching out because somebody there realized, holy shit, the Microsoft Store sucks, or the Windows App Store, whatever the hell they call it on the computer.
Yeah, well,
sucks.
They just need to fix a few things with that UWP platform as far as like being able to change graphic settings, and it's really locked down. But I'll take what we can get as far as stuff, more stuff on PC.
Halo has been multi-platform. It hasn't been you're not allowed to play together, but Halo has been released. Halo 2 was released like 5 years after it actually came out, then on the PC.
It was like a Windows Vista exclusive, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was bad.
The original was a PC real. But we haven't had anything since 2, basically.
Yeah.
But we had talked about a few weeks back that they're doing like the Forge from Halo 5 is coming out on PC, so that you can make maps and all that on PC. So hopefully that maybe means that 5 will eventually get around to the PC.
Well, you never know. It is a new company. 343 might take that way, but I haven't really been interested since 343 took over. Like Halo Reach was the last one I actually enjoyed.
Halo Reach is my favorite of all the Halos. I know everybody loves like 2 and 3, but I thought like Reach was like where it's pinnacle.
I had a lot of fun with Reach. I just had I had so much more time put into because that was the time when I was still in high school, wasn't making money. 2 was the game. 2 was the game. Like every night we got on and we played, and we had an Xbox Live party going on, and like that was a game that I found so much fun in, just doing crazy things. Like after we played the crap out of the game and we got bored of like going into to matchmaking and stuff like that, we went and like found every glitch in that game and tried to do all the crazy things. Like we found a specific rock that if somebody crouched and got hit with the Banshee in it, they would fall into the rock, and then their player model would appear in the sky as like a giant for some reason, and like rocket glitches that would literally like let you climb up all the side buildings and like see behind everything, and just crazy stuff, because that was the game we all had, and that was what we just did. Like, if Xbox One, or if not Xbox One, if the original Xbox, the first Xbox One, that's what I meant.
Xbox
OG. OG Xbox, yo! If they had a game, like a timer counter on Xbox Live, like 360 had, I would be terrified to see the amount of time I jumped into that game. I'd also love a new Command and Conquer, but I can't see that happening. Yeah, what was the last one they did? 4? Tiberium Wars? I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
And then they tried to do a free-to-play one that was really just kind of ass. And I think the Command and Conquer series just kind of... Yo,
well, I've mentioned this before. If you want your Halo fix on PC,
go download the Russian one.
Yeah, and there's the mod. They put English support into it. It's free, and
we need to play that again.
Really well. Yeah, it looks nice on PC. It plays really nice. Like,
yeah. Was Red Alert 3 after 4? I don't remember, but
was Red Alert 3 after 4?
Was Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 after Command and Conquer 4? Because the Red Alert was a separate series.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right. I thought you were basically saying, did 3 come after 4?
No, I figured that's what you meant. That's why I had to specify it like that. But Red Alert 2, oh my god, that game was fantastic with the dogs and everything. That was, like, in my opinion, the best Command & Conquer. But everybody got their own favorite for that. I'm not a huge RTS fan, too, so for me to have a favorite is a big thing. But I dumped a lot of hours into Command & Conquer, or for Red Alert 3. 2. Words, numbers, Englishing.
Things and stuff.
Things and stuff. Stuff and things. Things and stuff and stuff and stuff and things. Look out.
Should we move on to our last article?
Yeah. Microsoft is altering its shitty Windows 10 forced upgrade system. So they basically after the class action lawsuit against them, where they had to pay somebody $10,000 because it like got rid of everything and it forced him, and because well, let me explain this. It wasn't just the forced updates. It's because the forced updates happen, and basically it pops up and it says, we're gonna update blah blah blah, and he hit the red X thinking, that's gonna cancel it, and it doesn't cancel it because basically the way Microsoft handles it is they word it really oddly, and that message basically means, hey, we're gonna update your Windows version. We're gonna force update your Windows version unless you do.
Do you not want us to not install Windows 10 on your computer? Not today.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all the negatives, and it's like, yeah, you have to do some stuff if you really want us to uninstall. If you really want us not to install it. And she won women sued Microsoft over this and won $10,000 because. And
it was actually for her. It was just because she had a piece of software that wasn't compatible. Like the upgrade went through successfully and stuff. It's just she had a piece of business software that didn't work.
Yeah. So now it actually, the pop-up, here, I'm going to pop up the browser just so you can see. The pop-up has changed. So now you actually have to pick whether you upgrade now, choose a time to upgrade, or decline your free offer. And the funny thing is, I actually originally applied for the Windows 10 update. I don't actually want to upgrade to 10, but when they first announced it, way before we really knew much about 10, I applied for it, and they haven't once tried to install it on me. They haven't even once said they're going to install it or anything like that. So everybody keeps having these problems, and I'm just like, nope, I've never even seen it.
Well, and the problems will go away next month because it's
28th.
free until 20 this month.
28th of July, no.
Okay, yeah, I'd seen something about August.
Yeah, this month, yeah. Or 29th, one of them.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's been a million of these stories every week because of that kind of crap, but that'll be going away. Like, I honestly don't have any problems with Windows 10, but I know some people don't want it for various reasons and shouldn't be forced on them.
I just don't want to have to reset everything up. I really don't. I have everything set up the way I like it. I'm comfortable with my Windows 7. I'm good. I don't really.
Well, from what I've seen, like the upgrade process works really well, but like I refuse to do that anyways. Like if I'm gonna install a new operating system, I'm gonna blow everything away and do a fresh install.
And it's just I don't have I don't pirate games or software anymore. I haven't done that in years. Since I got jobs and were able to pay for my things. When I was younger, I will fully admit I did it. But I haven't done that in years. But I still don't like their very intrusive system because it still sends data back to Microsoft and things like that, and I don't like their forced intrusion on everything. And there's no real way to disable that. Like even you can kind of block certain things, but not really. It's just.
I also, and you can disable it too, and I have, but like the forced updates like bugged me.
Forced updates.
You don't, like by default, you don't get a choice about installing Windows updates. They automatically download and they automatically install. Like, and I've had enough problems with Windows updates in the past to where the way I do it now is, I go and look at the update descriptions.
Yeah, you say download them and install them when I choose or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Where is without doing some you have to actually go in and tell Windows that you're using like a low bandwidth device or something like that, so it doesn't automatically download and install them, and then you can choose to do it then.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it downloads them and installs them, and then your computer's rebooting when you don't want it to reboot and all that crap. So.
See that happening. Did you see did anybody see the video of the Twitch streamer who was like in the middle of a huge Counter-Strike fight or whatever? He was having like a competition, and his computer decided to force install Windows 10 in the middle of it. So the game just shuts down, and all of a sudden, your Windows is being updated. He's like, no! It's great. Makes me happy. But like I said, I have never gotten like a single pop-up about it. I don't know why. Everybody else has been getting all these intrusive pop-ups, and mine hasn't even tried to install it once. And like I said, I did apply for the free upgrade when it first got announced, so I don't know. Anything else you want to add in?
I don't think so. I think that's everything.
Yeah, we're going to skip the fails of the week this week, guys, just because he doesn't read, because he would be Squinty McSplinterson, and I don't really want to have, in the next half hour just be me reading. So I think we're gonna end there, unless anybody else has any questions or anything to ask us. We don't have a freak of the week. Actually, I don't know what we're doing with that. We got to talk about that too, because we haven't done a freak of the week in the past like 4 weeks. Do you remember when the Xbox One first came out and some guy changed their gamer tag to Xbox Turn Off and play COD? God damn it, Xbox Turn Off! Fuck!
Yeah, there was some pretty good trolls when that had come out.
Yeah, there was definitely some pretty good troll. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. So thank you so much for hanging out with us for another weekly edition of the Mindless Banter. It has been a lot of fun. Feel free to send us stories throughout the week, either to our email, which is what the hell are our social commands? PP always runs this. Do we have just like a social? Hold on. I don't have the bot on my controller, so. Well, that's our email. That works. I think that just happened because there was enough messages typed. But yeah, follow us on Twitter. All our social things are right up here except for our email. Oh no, that is part of the command. But yeah, feel free to tweet at us. We will follow our Twitter. Make sure we post a tweet when we go live, and we set up tweets to go out throughout the week. So if you want to see more information about the stories or stories that we probably aren't going to put into the show next week, but have been happening this week, definitely follow our Twitter. Feel free to send us suggestions through Twitter DMs, through email, through Twitch messages. Although I don't think that gets checked nearly as much. And yeah, so hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And you all have a good one. Say goodbye, Serial.
Bye.